Welcome back everyone to What Now, and for those of you who are new here, welcome to the fams, and remember to hit the subscribe button for more videos. Also, please like this video and comment down below because I love hearing from you guys. It's honestly the best. So this week is about something that I have personally struggled with a lot because I don't consider myself an uber creative. This video is all about idea generation techniques. So you ventured off into the adult world. You found yourself a job or have decided to start your own thing. No matter what you've decided to do, there is always a need for fresh, innovative, capturing ideas. But when it comes down to crunch time to come up with life-changing ideas, our brains suddenly grind to a halt and we can't come up with anything. Our brains literally feel like an empty space with just tumbleweed rolling past and crickets in the background. It's not only incredibly stressful coming up with a fantastic idea, but it's actually freaking irritating and frustrating when your brain just can't do it. So I've devised some techniques for you to use to help you generate some super dope ideas. But as always, there needs to be an understanding of what all this actually is. So in this video, I've decided to give you a little bit of extra information on the brain and the science behind ideas. So what are ideas? To put it as concise as I can make it, ideas are the uncovering of practical uses of knowledge using reason and common sense to solve issues in general or specific areas. And now, the science behind ideas. So number one is that many people, including myself, think that great ideas just pop out of nowhere in a moment of inspiration and suddenly you're a genius. And although some great ideas do indeed pop out of nowhere, idea generation is actually a process that can be practiced. And with everything in life, if you cultivate that skill enough, you'll become amazing at it. And eventually ideas will be flying out of your head. Number two is that contrary to popular belief, idea generation does not purely use the right or creative brain, but also uses your so-called left logical brain. In all honesty, there's actually no such thing as a left or right brain. Our brains are interconnected, constantly sharing information from one part of the brain to the other. It's just how each piece of information is interpreted depending on which part of the brain is receiving the information that either makes it a more logical reaction or so-called creative reaction. And number three, your brain needs the time to see the connections between old elements, previous thoughts, or possible ideas. So you have to let your brain breathe or sleep on it. So let go of the problem, let your dormant part of your brain or the subconscious do its work. So where do great ideas come from? Great ideas come from a requirement to solve a problem, deliver a need, or satisfy a desire. So define your problem, need, or want that you want to solve. Ideas will flow once you know what you're applying it to. The second thing is that great ideas have many legs to stand on. What this means is that a great idea has the capability to branch out into many different executions. So if you come up with a great idea, test it. Can it be made into merchandise? Can you create a website off of it? Can it be made into material form? Or can it be turned into a service? Are there many ways in which you could market it? Would it still have the same impact on radio as it does on video? Ask yourselves these questions. An idea is purely a new combination of old ideas. The capacity to bring the new combinations out of old elements is based on the ability to see the relationships between them. Knowing this allows for the pressure of coming up with a brand new idea off your shoulders. A very large amount of ideas are just innovations of previous ones. A lot of ideas are not original, and that's okay. You learn from people's past mistakes. Remember, no single idea is stupid. Not all of your ideas will work realistically and may not solve a need, want, or desire, but no idea is stupid. So take some time to spit out as many ideas as you can. Whether you think it's ridiculous or not, they may end up being the next big thing. So now, how to generate new ideas. So the first technique is mind mapping. This is a personal favorite of mine that I use for every single one of my videos. We all know what mind mapping is, but how useful is it to generating ideas? It allows a visual representation of your mind's process of linking terms and other ideas in multiple different ways. The connections between the different words, research, or terms often leads to interesting ideas. You are physically drawing branches from one thing to the next, which puts your brain into that type of thinking, which helps generate ideas faster. Technique number 2 is to bounce your possible ideas off of other people. Talking to others about your possible ideas always helps generate new leads and makes amazing expansions of your original idea. This is because everyone sees a problem a little bit differently, and therefore may see an opportunity that you had missed or would never have thought of before. You can also get a better idea of what the problem actually is. You could be going in with one idea to solve a problem, and at the end be solving a completely different problem that may bring you more benefits. Technique number 3 is keep an idea book. For those moments of random inspiration, keep a book to write down all of your ideas. This way, you also train your brain to getting used to writing down your ideas instead of pretending that your brain is actually going to remember this tiny piece of information. Technique number 4 is to reword the problem. At one point or another, we find ourselves staring at this problem for so long without anything coming to our brains. We have a blank or writer's block. In this case, reword the problem. It could be a simple case of your brain not being able to make connections with a specific word that you used. For example, the problem could be, how do I get my kids to eat their vegetables? A reword of this problem could be, how do I get my kids to enjoy eating their vegetables? In the end, you're still solving the problem of getting the little monsters to eat their broccoli, but you're viewing it differently, and many more ideas can stem from the way you worded your problem. Technique number 5 is make the problem worse. Okay, so this seems counterintuitive, but it actually totally works, and it's also really fun. Making the problem worse allows for you to see how many different things could be improved to make the user friendliness of apps, services, and products add even more value to the customer. So for example, let's use beds as a product, since everybody needs to sleep and needs to sleep well. So how can we make beds worse? Add shitty springs, make the beds unleveled, add scratchy material, make it too small for the normal human being. So now there's a whole bunch of solutions to make it better. For example, make the springs out of the most comfortable and supporting material so that the customer has a full body support without feeling the springs. Research the best angle for restful sleep and start constructing bed frames that allow that. Make mattresses out of the softest material. See what I'm getting at here? Making the problem worse can help you generate some awesome ideas to make it better. And last but not least, technique number 6 is to practice. Research some simple problems people have been struggling to find the answers to and practice yourself. Throw out ideas that may help this problem. Challenging your brain can help you produce some interesting ideas. In conjunction with this, I like to play the what if game. This is best played with other people but can be done alone. But it's basically to help you come up with enhancements to products or services that are already there, basically helping you make them better. I'm going to use the bed example again. So what if the bed could massage you? What if the bed came with speakers in the mattress so that you could play soothing beach or rain sounds? What if the bed could have its own spray dispensary that sprays smells that make you calm? What if you could make a bed that would make itself in the morning? What if the bed had its own built-in alarm that wakes you up at the perfect moment so that you have fully rested? See what I'm saying here? And there it is, everybody. 6 simple idea generation techniques. I hope this helped you understand that ideas are something to be practiced and you can get better at them over time. Please give this video a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to get to the new videos. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next week with a whole new episode.